RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, great professional wrestling video blogs, great sports video blogs, great MBTA video blogs, and a whole lot more. A collection of my work goes back to June of 2014 on various social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Saturday, February 18th, 2015, around 7:54 in the morning, Belleville, Massachusetts. Going to be a warm day out today, pushing 50. So, get some of the snow melted, and the next 10 days look snow-free and maybe temperatures in the 50s or 60s, but the first week of March could be interesting with winter weather returning. All the snow probably be melted before the new batch comes in. We're not out of the woods yet. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. The world beat the USA at the NBA Rising Stars game for the NBA All-Star Weekend by the score of 150-141 last night. The Boston Bruins have renewed their affiliation agreement with the Atlanta Gladiators of the ECHL for a few more years. And sad news to report in the world of Hollywood actor Warren Frost passed away at the age of 91. So prayers to his family in this time of need. That's about it on the news on the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my first video blog subject of the day. Get out. You're so sweet, 'cause they're cute. The more the merrier. Go find something to do. This action will not be tolerated at BMHS. I know. I'm doing good. Last week, I know, boss. Great quotes only on RVBN. Time now 7:56 in the morning, Belleville, Massachusetts. Angelo, gonna go to Market Basket today to scratch off millions of scratch tickets for 1-0. I'm open, so open to regain friendships like BK in 2017. I'm back. My first video blog subject of the day is my personality profile. Today's personality profile is about the late actor Joe Santos. Joe Santos was famous for playing Sergeant, eventually Lieutenant Dennis Becker on the classic TV series The Rockford Files. Joe was born and he grew up in New York City. He had a distinctive Bronx accent. His real name was Joseph John Millett-Lees, and his father died on the day he was born. That's very sad. Joe never knew his biological father. His mother, Rose, was a nightclub owner. She owned a nightclub, and plus she sold olive oil to make a living for her son. Eventually, at one of the nightclubs she owned, she met a singer named Daniel Santos, and she married Daniel Santos, and Joe took his last name, so it became Joe Santos. And Joe went to school at Fordham University, and he played on the football team. He was such a great football player that he played some semi-pro football for a few years. He wasn't good for the NFL, but he played semi-pro. He probably paid a little money, but he had the desire to go into acting. He moved to Hollywood in the 1960s, but he didn't get too many acting jobs in movies or television series during that time, and he had to take odd jobs just to pay the bill. His first major role was in the movie The Picnic in the Needle Park in 1971 1, he played the role of Detective DeBonis, and he got that role from a friend of his who was a fellow actor who was kind of struggling at the time, Al Pacino. Al Pacino eventually became one of the top actors of his generation, and Joe appeared in many movies, mainly playing detective or cop roles. Joe is famous for his 6-year run on that classic television series, The Rockford Files, as Sergeant, eventually Lieutenant Dennis Becker of the LA Police Department. He was, a friend of Jim Rockford, played by James Gardner. They had kind of a love-hate relationship, but in the end they were such good friends, and I liked the chemistry between Sergeant Becker and Jim Rockford. And also during this time period, Joe was a frequent guest on the classic Goodson-Todman game show Match Game, and he appeared from time to time, and he also showed his funny side on it. He was a little serious on the Rockford Files, but he kind of showed the humor on the Match Game. After the Rockford Files ended, Joe made several guest appearances on TV shows, usually playing cop roles or sometimes heavy bad guys. He appeared on the last season of Hardcastle McCormick in 1985-1986 as Lieutenant Frank Harper. Joe returned to us well as Sergeant Becker on the 8 Rockford Files reunion movies in the 1990s. Eventually, Joe's roles were being reduced because of he was getting older. He actually made several appearances on the HBO series The Sopranos as Angelo Garipi in the 2000s. Joe retired from acting in 2010, and he lived like a quiet life until he passed away at the age of 85 in 2016 due to a heart attack. And that's about it on Joe Santos. I'll be back later. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus with 2 more video blogs for you. First video blog will be about the former AHL franchise, the Miami Mariners, which was in existence for 15 years between 1977 and 1992. And the last video blog of the day will be about the MSG House Show card results for the WWE on October 21st, 1985. Time, everybody. I'm Julie Benning. I'm Hollywood's Blood. WCCO Roxanne has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so sunny. She's best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel of New York, such a whacking cool. At the best legs in New York City, Bonan Bobby gives of ABC 11 has a sweet southern accent, best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina. Lisa Bell of News 6 is awesome, and she's got the 4th best legs in Orlando, Florida. And in the words of the Patel last week, no bus. Bye now.